it's Jay from Hairstyles by Jay and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be curling with my H2 Day curling wand and I'm going to be using the attachment that goes skinny to large. So let's get started. First thing we're going to need to do is section off the hair. So I've got 2 clips and I'm just going to section off the top bit and then the middle, and then we'll leave the bottom to start with. Okay, so now the hair is sectioned off. What I'm just going to be doing is grabbing small sections just like this. I want to make sure that it has no knots in it. I have blow dried my hair just before this, so it is pretty good. Now what you want to be doing is grabbing the curling wand, facing it downwards, placing it behind the hair, and then just wrapping. As you can see here, I'm just doing a slight pinch. You want to hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds depending on your thickness of hair. And then you just want to let it drop. Try not to touch it is one of the hardest things. And then you just want to keep going around. So I'm going to be alternating sections. So now that I did this one behind, I'm going to do this one in front. Now you just want to repeat this for the rest of the hair. So I'll show it one more and I might do it on this side. And then I'll just do a time lapse. Now, as you can see here, I've added the hair nice and close to each other. That's going to make it more tight. If I separated it more, they're going to be more loose waves. Lastly, what I'm going to be adding is, I'm just going to be adding some hairspray. Now, this is Tame Wild. I really want to do a full review on this as it's a great product. But pretty much it's a light hold so that we can manipulate it and loosen it up later. So you just want to do it as you go. I normally do every couple, just because I'm not going to a super formal thing or anything. I'm just going to watch my husband play cricket. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to the time lapse and I'll see you soon. Okay, so we just have the top layer left to go. And the only sort of difference of what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding some dry shampoo in before I curl each section and give it a little bit of a tease. That's just because volume looks a lot better on me than having sort of straight. So I'll just show you a couple. So I'm going to grab the piece of hair. I got my powder. Just going to add a little bit too. I'm going to sort of brush it through and give like 3 to 4. And then sort of tease it back, brush it back. And then I'm just going to do the same thing and curl. So I don't know if I mentioned it before I went to the time lapse, but you should always be starting the front sections with going away from your face. And here, as I'm wanting the depth to be a bit more, I'm now holding the hair flat. So previously I pinched it a little bit. Now I'm keeping it flat so that I have a very curly curl, which is going to be the top layer. So I'll do one more and I'll do it with this side. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of hair. I'm going to brush it through, grab a bit of dry shampoo and give it the slightest tease. As you can see here, I'm over directing the hair. This is just going to help the tease just bring more lift. And then I'm just going to brush that tease out a little bit. And then I'm just going to curl. So obviously this is optional if you want it to be more flat on your head. Just for me personally, flat hair does not look good on me. So this is just something that is going to help just make it stick a little bit higher. You can also use like a dry shampoo spray, but I find the best ones are the powders. So I'm going to go back to a time lapse, quickly finish this all off, and then we'll come to loosening the curls. Okay, so now that I've done all the curls, as you can see, it looks a little bit crazy, but don't worry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go take 10 minutes off and I'm just going to go eat my lunch and just let them fully cool down, and then we'll get back to it. So it has been about 15 to 20 minutes since I filmed that first bit, and so now I'm going to be loosening the curls. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. So if you're wanting the curls to be more structured and put together and not sort of lose that form, you want to be using your fingers or a wide comb. If you're wanting to turn this more into a wave and wanting to really sort of stretch those curls out and make them look a lot softer, but also drop a lot more, you want to be using a brush. So what I'll do is, for me today, I'm wanting to use the comb, so I'm just going to go through and comb through it. And I'm just starting from the bottom, and I'm just sort of doing a couple sort of just like that. Now, because I did the curls in alternating sections, as you can see here, they just sort of like merge so well. And I'm going to do the same for this side. So just starting from the bottom and making my way up. Make sure I separate that first curl. Now I want to just flatten out that top bit so you can't tell the exact spots teased. So I can do that with just sort of a comb and just making sure. Make sure you get the back of your hair. So I'll turn back around, starting from the bottom. Trick is you don't want to overdo it. So for me, that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. And what I will also do is I'm just going to grab my hands and just give it a bit of a flick under. Now, as you can see, because I teased my hair, it is a little bit boxier than I would like. So that could just sort of flatten out throughout the day, or I could sort of reduce it a bit. But I think because it's quite a windy day and I'll be standing outside, I don't mind it to look like that.
So this is the end product. I absolutely love these curls. I kept them down all day, and I even had curls for the next few days that looked really pretty.
Okay, so how can you achieve these curls? Now the first thing is, my hair doesn't drop that much because I naturally have a bit of curls. So I didn't have to put a lot of spray in. Now if you do have hair that just drops so quickly, what you're wanting to be doing, if you're doing this for a formal occasion, sometime where you really want to last the whole day, you want to make sure you wash your hair the day before, you add some mousse into it and blow dry. Once you've done that, so the next morning, when you curl, you want to be using like a medium hairspray like this one, and you want to be putting it on the piece of hair, then put it around, curl it, let it like hold in your hand once you've let it curl. So drop it in there, hold it for 10 seconds, let it out, and then give it a spray. So it is a lot more work, a lot more time, but if I was doing a really formal occasion where I want this to stay like, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., that's what I would be doing. As well as, so you might not have a curling wand with this. I do have a full review on this curling wand. I did it when I first got it, and I honestly think I need to do another one. But absolutely love this curling wand. I use this on my bridal hair clients. But if you don't have one similar where it goes skinny to fat, you can always do the opposite. So if you have a curling wand that has sort of the skinny part at the top, you can sort of flip it around with hair curling. If not, you can just do this with a regular barrel. It's just going to be hard to get those loose curls. So what I would say is you'd want to be wrapping your hair really tightly around, and then you're wanting to really stretch it out. So if I do an example with this one, I'm curling really close, and then I'd stretch it out to give that loose end look. So I hope that is helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section below. If you like this hairstyle, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see if I can make more like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.